All right, welcome. Today, we are going to unpack the incredible transformation happening in the financial industry, a shift that's being driven by artificial intelligence. We're going to move beyond thinking of AI as just another piece of software and really explore how it's becoming a foundational capability, something that's completely rewriting the rules for strategy, operations, and competition in finance. So let's dive in. This really brings us to the core question we need to wrestle with. I mean, AI is everywhere in finance now. That's obvious. But what does it really mean strategically? Is it just a fancier tool in the same old toolbox? Or are we looking at a genuine paradigm shift, a whole new foundation that the future of finance and accounting is going to be built on? That's the question we're going to dissect today. So, to tackle this, here's our game plan. First, we'll lay out exactly what we mean when we say AI is a foundational capability. Then we'll dig into three huge consequences of that: how it's making prediction way cheaper, how it's creating smarter security, and how it's giving more people access to its power. And finally, and this is the most important part, we'll talk about the alignment imperative. This is the idea that just having the tech isn't enough. You've got to align it with your people and your processes to get real results. Okay, let's start with the big idea. What we're seeing is that AI is fundamentally changing its role inside companies. For a long time, AI was kind of tucked away in the IT department, a specialist thing. But today, it's moved right to the center of corporate strategy. And this isn't really a choice anymore, it's a necessity, especially with the insane amount of data and the speed of modern financial markets. This is the mental shift we all need to make. Thinking of AI as just a tool is honestly a pretty outdated and dangerous view. A tool is something you use for a specific task and then you put it away. But a foundational capability, well, that's totally different. It's something that's always on, integrated into everything you do, underpinning your entire strategy. It's like trying to be a finance professional without understanding accounting. It just doesn't work. In the 21st century, companies can't expect to compete, let alone survive, if they don't build their strategy on a solid AI foundation. So, what are the real-world effects of building on this new foundation? Let's get into the first of three major shifts. And we'll start with something absolutely core to finance: prediction, right? Every single financial decision, whether it's approving a small loan or making a multi-billion-dollar trade, is all about predicting the future. Now think about the economics of this. Historically, prediction has been really expensive. It relied on a pretty scarce resource: human experts, analysts, actuaries, economists. But AI completely flips this equation on its head. By using massive data sets and complex algorithms, AI is driving down the cost of making a prediction. It's making it cheaper, faster, and honestly, in a lot of cases, way more accurate than a human can be on their own. And this drop in the cost of prediction, it sets off this incredible domino effect. It's not just about saving a few bucks. It fundamentally reshaped how strategic decisions get made. It allows companies to move from being reactive, waiting for things to happen and then responding, to being proactive. They can start to anticipate risks and see opportunities before they even appear. And when you think about this happening across the entire economy, it could actually reduce overall economic uncertainty, which is just a massive deal. The second big shift is just as important, and it's all about security. As finance gets more and more digital, the number of ways for bad actors to attack the system just explodes. In that kind of environment, the old ways of doing security, these static, rule-based systems, they just don't cut it anymore. And once again, AI isn't just a small improvement here. It's setting a completely new standard for what it means to be secure. You should really think of this as raising the bar for the entire industry. What used to be considered best practice for cybersecurity is now basically the bare minimum. The things AI can do, like detecting tiny anomalies in real time, are so much better that they create a new baseline. If you're a financial institution, this is the new standard you have to meet to be considered secure and trustworthy. So how does AI actually pull this off? Well, it really comes down to two key things that were just impossible before. The first is full data coverage. Instead of just taking samples of data and hoping you find something, AI systems can look at everything: every transaction, every login, every single data point. The second is real-time response. AI can watch all this data 24/7, and if it sees something suspicious, it can act instantly, at machine speed. No human security team could ever hope to match that scale or that speed. And that brings us to our third major strategic shift, which is all about who gets to use these powerful tools. In the past, advanced tech was always locked away with highly specialized teams. Think of the old mainframe computers or the first data analytics platforms. But AI is breaking that old pattern. It's spreading its capabilities all throughout the organization. The really crucial thing happening here is that you no longer have to be a hardcore programmer to use AI. Financial analysts, accountants, auditors, they can all now directly use AI applications that are built specifically for what they do. This is a huge accelerator for innovation because it puts the power of AI into the hands of the people who actually understand the business problems best. And the main engine driving this change is the rise of what we call no-code or low-code platforms. These are basically intuitive visual tools that let people with zero programming skills build and launch their own AI-powered apps. This is absolutely revolutionary. It changes employees from just being users of technology into being creators of it. It's a massive shift of power. Okay, so we've looked at three incredibly powerful shifts driven by AI. But, and this is a big but, history is filled with amazing technologies that didn't live up to the hype. Just having a powerful technology is one thing. Actually turning that tech into real business value, that's a completely different and much harder challenge. This brings us to the most critical part of our discussion, the alignment imperative. This insight right here is absolutely central to understanding AI success. Research has shown over and over again that the companies getting the most value from AI aren't always the ones with the fanciest algorithms. No, they're the ones who have done the hard work of weaving that technology into the fabric of their organization with their people and their processes. So let's break down this idea of alignment into its three key parts. Think of it like a three-legged stool. First, you need the right technology, the platforms and data that actually fit your strategy. Second, you need people who aren't just trained on the tech, but are actually empowered to use it. And third, you have to redesign your business processes, your workflows, your decision-making, everything to take advantage of what AI can do. If any one of those legs is weak, the whole thing falls over. This slide really shows you the fork in the road that this creates. For companies in the age of AI, there are two very different paths. The ones that get this alignment right, they build a real competitive advantage. They can innovate, adapt, and lead the market. But the ones that don't, the ones that just try to bolt AI onto their old way of doing things, they're going to find themselves constantly playing catch-up, always reacting, and they risk becoming totally irrelevant. So, after all this, the single most important takeaway is this. In this new era of finance, your competitive advantage doesn't come from just having AI. It comes from the strategic wisdom to align that technology with your people and your processes. That alignment, that is the ultimate differentiator that separates a cool new tech toy from real, lasting business value. And that leaves us with one final, critical question for you to think about. This transformation we've been talking about isn't some far-off future thing. It's happening right now. The question isn't if AI will change your industry or your career. It's how and how fast. So the challenge for every leader, for every professional, is to look hard at your own strategy and ask, is it really built for this new age? Are you just using AI, or is your strategy built on the new foundation that AI provides?